Hey, this is Marvin at the Bearded Cigar. Um, some know TBC, which is just my acronym for the Bearded Cigar. I'm just sitting in the backyard right now and wanted to come on here and do a video, something different from what I normally do in the review space. Um, haven't done a review in a long time, been quite busy. Um, with work, with life, with family. Um, have some projects coming out. Uh, for those of you that know or may not know, I work in film and television, and um, I'm a performer. I'm an actor, and I've been blessed to do that for quite some time now. And I have some projects coming out, so I just been caught up with that, and then life. My daughter, my youngest daughter, is about to graduate junior high, and she has some extracurricular activities that are very consuming for both her and myself and her mother. Um, so it's just that time. But I wanted to come on and do a video um, because I've been thinking a lot about just a lot of things in general, but really, like, I know um, I haven't done a review in a while, and I miss doing reviews. I like doing reviews. It's just something that's fun for me to do, and a great um, component to this hobby that I love, that is cigars and the culture of it. And I was thinking today, and been thinking really for the last few days, just about ways to create what I love to create in the space, and then that's also efficient and effective for just my lifestyle and our thing to go on. So um, I just want to come on here and just chat with you guys while I smoke this cigar in the backyard. I'm in the middle of doing some work, and yeah, I was thinking about the brotherhood. It's a like cliche term always you hear about when you enter into the cigar space. You hear about the brothers of the leaf, or the brotherhood of the leaf, and um, it's probably the most important and my most favorite thing in the cigar space is the camaraderie and the brotherhood and sisterhood, because there's a lot of women that smoke cigars too. I don't think we give enough light to that. I think we should give more light to that, because there's women that enjoy this hobby just as much as men. Matter of fact, this cigar I'm smoking right now, this Lampert, was given to me by a sister of the leaf, Gita, over at Sir Louis Cigars, um, and we just met on a common thread in Discord, and was chatting, and she's like, "Hey, I want to send you some things," and she did, and I shot her some things. So it's just another example of what's been on my mind as far as in the space. There, I read the Bible a lot, and there's a passage in the Bible in Proverbs that says, in order to gain a friend, deem yourself friendly. And one thing about cigars that I discovered early on is that the quality of people that you meet kind of share in that same understanding, no matter what their beliefs are, or religious practices, or whatever. It's a welcoming environment from people who want to make others feel welcomed in the space. And that takes me to the point of brotherhood. And this thing, um, in this life, I should say, in every endeavor, and whatever your occupation is, or your community or environment or where you live. You know, you meet and run into so many types of people and so many types of personalities. And you never can determine or tell what's going to come of that, or how you're going to be perceived or you're going to be received. And something that I have experienced in the cigar space is that, for the most part, I would say 87 to 93, 95% of the time, I have been received with love and and affection and admiration and generosity in this space. And I mean, from people that are, you know, longtime friends or new friends, fast friends. When I say fast friends, I mean people who you just meet people sometimes and they're just like, you instantly hit it off and you're like, man, I've been knowing this person forever, or I'll know this person probably for the rest of my life, and they'll be a part of um, my atmosphere in some way, shape, or form. And in unlike anything, like, you know, I've worked in music a long time. I've worked in film and television a long time, and you know, and it's rare in both cases where you meet people and you you feel that instantly, or that actually happens. And don't get me wrong, in both spaces, music, you know, and in film and television, I've met some remarkable human beings and people that are forever friends and brothers and sisters that, you know, I'll take with me till it's over. And in this cigar space, you know, it's something that I think I didn't foresee, is how many people I would interact with, contact, and have contact with, that would be some of the best human beings that I've ever met. So it's something to be said about that, you know, in something like this, that brings people together, that allows people to share in their appreciation for time, for relaxation, um, for camaraderie, for conversation, and for building relationships that have real substance to them. Um, I could go on a whole list of the remarkable people that I've met in recent years that I love dearly, and that are, you know, friends and brothers and sisters of mine, and we share this love for tobacco, for, you know, premium cigars. Um, I don't think it's anything more important in this life than connectivity. Um, I talk to people and brothers all the time about, I believe that God made us to be first creative, because He's a creator, and we were created by a creator to be creative, and He wanted that creativity to spark and engage connection. And even if you're not the most creative, which I think every human being, no matter what you do, you're being creative at it. You take something, whether it's from nothing or something that's given to you, and you create it based off of your ability and perspective on whatever said thing is or subject. But the connectivity part, I think, is the purpose of it. You know, for us to connect with each other, for us to connect with ourselves and our true um, soul's purpose. And it's incredible and amazing when you find, you know, different ways and outlets to do that. Usually the first component that we're able to do that is within our family, you know, and then we go into like school systems or whatever, as we progress in life, and then, you know, on into higher education and or if not, career pursuits and you know jobs, individual jobs or whatever, and then just social life and all these things. But it's all stemming from that ability or that need, I should say, to be connected. And I really appreciate the the space, the culture, the environment um, that cigars bring for that ability to connect um, and create and connect with some incredible creatives, whether it be in the review space, whether it be in the manufacturing and brand ownership space, um, the event space, whatever it is. You find that people are very generous and welcoming with their time, effort, and energy um, at face value. No ulterior motives or no, um, hidden agendas. It's just a common love for something that, you know, is not a common thing. You know, it becomes common to you when you're in the space, but to the outside world, it's not really that common. So I just wanted to hop on and share with you just what was on my mind about that, and, being reflective and how much I value that. And I appreciate everybody. Even for me, doing what I do is very public, and I created this particular channel because it was a way for me to participate, support, and be active and ultimately creative in the cigar space. And um, for everybody that's subscribed to the channel or listen to me rant about the different tasting notes or particular things that I like about a particular cigar. I just want you guys to know that I appreciate it, and I don't take it for granted. It allows me to have a sense of, I guess you could say, normalcy and control in a world and an environment that I work in that is to a lot of people, abnormal, and it's a space I don't have much control in at this point. But I like that part about what I do. I like that I don't control it. I like that um, there's a unpredictability. There's a plane or something going over. I hope it's not interrupting my sound too much, but I like that part about it. I like the unpredictability, and it keeps it fun and new for me. I don't know where I'm gonna be working or where I'm gonna be living sometimes until weeks before or months before, and it's always a new experience, and it allows me in that space to be as creative as I want to be with what I'm given. So I enjoy that. And then in this space, it also allows me to just have a little bit of control about the content I put out and what I want to say or how I want to present myself, and and just feel like one of the guys, amongst the guys and girls in the culture of cigars. So yeah, when you hear the term brother of the leaf or sister of the leaf, it's a real thing. I use the word. Those that know me and talk to me on a personal basis know I use the word brother a lot, because I do. I see. I know that in the eyes of God, we're all brothers and sisters because we're all children of God. So we have one Father, and that makes us all brothers and sisters. So I do when I say it, I do mean it with sincerity and love. I know people, you know, I know some people have said to me like, you use the word brother a lot, and that's what I tell them, like, because I know that we're all brothers in the eyes of God, brothers and sisters, and and life sometimes presents itself in a way where you realize somebody's not your brother and not your sister, and that's okay, um, in that way. But even if they're not, even if they're acting or behaving or giving you some energy that doesn't deem brotherly or sisterly, they're still your brother. They're still your sister. Um, whether you like it or not, whether they like it or not, whether you like them or not, whether they like you or not. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna continue to smoke this and enjoy this hot weather here in Los Angeles, California. Enjoying the backyard. It's beautiful, and yeah, I'll be back with some more videos and content. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Like I say, I just stay locked in because I'll be making videos. I do like the fact of like this video. I don't have to necessarily edit it so much because I'm just talking, so it might make it easier for me to put more content out. And I like just sharing my perspective. Those that know me know that I'm very introspective, and like my brother Matt always says, I'm very philosophical. I don't see myself as philosophical, but it's funny he says that I'm philosophical when we talk. Those that know me though, that I do love to conversate, because I think communication is the key um, to life, and communication comes in all forms, whether it be books or reading or just dialogue. Um, just living the body. When you hear the word body language, that's a form of communication too. So I love communication, and so I don't know what the next video will be, but thank you for watching this and hearing me ramble and rant, and I'll see you on the next one. Love, light, and peace.